Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
that it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.
that it's my time.
Well, hello,
It's my time.
my Born For It family. This is Pastor Antwan Butler, back with another episode of Born For It. That's right. I need you to cross your arms and tell yourself, I may not have been born in it. I may not have been born with it, but I was born for it. Listen, you watch this YouTube channel. I believe that some of you were just like me, right? You believe that there's a deeper sense of meaning. There's a deeper sense of purpose for your life. You just need somebody to inspire you. You need somebody to help you bring it out. And that's why I'm here. Listen, we're in the month of June and I'm super excited, right? Why? Because leaders always rise to the occasion. Leaders always rise above the adversity. Leaders always rise above the opposition. And I've been watching you. And you have risen to the occasion. So we're going to keep going. And 2020 with its challenges, right? 2020 is going to be the year where we become everything we were created to be. So listen, y'all know I only got you for 7 minutes. I'm super excited to be sharing with you. I never get tired of doing this channel. I never get tired of doing these shows, right? So listen, I want to put one word. Let me run off the screen. One word. I want to put it in your spirit. I want to put it in your soul. Listen, get your pen and paper. Write this down. Write down the word settlers. No, write that word down. Settlers. All right. Did you write it down? All right. This is what I need you to do. I need you to take a pen, marker, whatever you're using, and I need you to write a line through the word settlers. Come on. I need you to do it. I need you. The blessing is in the obedience. I need you to write a line through the word settlers, right? Right. Because that's not going to be you in 2020. That's not going to be you for the rest of your life. That will not be you. That now will not be synonymous with your life. That synonymous with your legacy. That now will not be synonymous with your goals, with your dreams, with your vision. It won't be. Listen to this story. Listen, I want to share some history with you. I want to share some history with you. Most of y'all have been to history class, right? We were in high school. We were taught a little American history, right? Do y'all remember the California Gold Rush? The California Gold Rush. Let me tell you what happened in the California Gold Rush, right? So people start finding out that there was gold in California, right? So people were picking up everything that they owned to travel to California. Y'all heard the stories. People were going and making it rich. I don't know if you ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies, right? But they were living like that. They were striking gold, and people's lives were being changed forever, right? So people were selling their houses, selling their possessions to get enough money to make this arduous trip to California, especially if you were on the other side of the country, right? So the stories that began to matriculate throughout the land that if you go to California, that your life will change forever, right? And most of the nation has started making their way towards California. But listen, this is what I need you to remember, settlers. Listen, so people began to travel to California. But this is what I want you to know. They were pursuing their goals, their dreams, and their vision. But everybody didn't make it. Everybody didn't make the trip. There were some people, listen, there were some people on their way to California to find gold, to change their family tree, to change their life. I hope you're looking at your child right now that's asleep, right? Because this is about them. They were on their way, but in the middle of the trip, they quit. On their way to change their future, they stopped, right? So these people would head towards California, and they would stop and they would just tell themselves, I'm just going to take a break. We're just going to take a breather. In a couple of days, we'll pick up and keep going. And do you know, most of the people who said that, they never got going again. They never picked up their things to continually pursue their dreams and goals. They never did it. They stayed right there. Listen, they stayed right there so long that they eventually lived where they stayed. And then other people would come behind them and see that these people were there, and then they stayed And then eventually there was a multitude of people who stayed, and that place then became a town. That town then grew into a city, right? And then these people who stayed, who stopped pursuing the goal, who stopped pursuing the success, who stopped pursuing their creative purpose, right? They were known as settlers, right? So most of the towns and cities that you know across the United States of America was started by people who just simply settled, who just simply stopped and said, I know I want to go after something, but it was too much for them, right? So they became famous in your history book as a settler. But I told you to put a line through that word, because that won't be you. No. You're not going to be a settler. You're going to be the one that made it, right? You're going to be the one that achieved, right? Listen, let me give you 3 things that I want to put in your spirit that's going to help you not be a settler, to not stop, to not quit. Listen, number 1, y'all know I like mnemonic devices, so these gonna be all M's, right? They just help you remember. So the first thing is your mentality. You gotta change your mentality. You gotta change your mentality, right? Listen, that negative language that's coming out of your mouth, you got to change that. That woe is me, you got to change that. You got to change the way that you see life, and you got to change the way that you see yourself. I know your background. I know that you came from the wrong side of the tracks. Like, nobody in your family has ever done this before. I understand that. I know what your teacher said, right? I know what your relatives are saying, and they're expecting you to repeat your family's history. But listen, as a man thinketh, so is he. So I'm telling you, you got to start thinking differently. You got to look at the man in the mirror and say, regardless of my skin color, regardless of my heritage, regardless of my neighborhood, regardless of my family tree, I'm different. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I've been prepared for this challenge. Everything in my life has brought me to this moment to succeed. So listen, you got to change your mentality. I don't know if you got to start doing declarations over yourself. I don't know if you got to start making decrees over yourself. I don't know if you got to start talking to yourself. I don't know if you need to change your circle of friends. I don't know, but you got to change the way that you see yourself, because the way that you see yourself is the way that you would treat yourself, and the way that you treat yourself is the way that you will go. The way that you see yourself is the way that you treat yourself. And the way that you treat yourself is the way that you will go. No, you got to see yourself as more than a conqueror. Listen, you got to change your mentality. Listen, there's been people who in worse situations, worse circumstances than you, and have made it. If they can make it, you can make it. Listen, you got to change your mentality. Number two, listen, the settlers, listen, this is what happened. They got caught in the frenzy of the media. Oh yeah, they had media back then. Listen, the people who were on their way to California, guess what they encountered? They encountered people who were coming back from the opposite direction. They were coming back from California. Listen to what they said. They said, we went to California and we didn't find nothing. So they started listening to all these negative reports from people who had quit. It was the media of their day telling them, listen, you wasting your time. You might as well give up. You might as well go back and go home. And it started getting into their ear. Listen, I'm telling you, if you're going to turn into a settler, listen to the media. If you want to turn into a settler, listen to the naysayers. Listen, they always have a message when they don't have the mentality. They always have a negative message when they don't have the right mentality. That's why it's important for you to stick around people who have the right mentality, because they have the right message. It's easy to quit. 80% of people quit, right? But I'm telling you, don't listen to the media. No, you need to rehearse. You need to listen to the champions, those who have come before you, who have been to the mountaintop, who've overcame, who've conquered. Those are the people that you need to listen to. Let their voices, let their energy, let their passion drive you to keep going. And third, but not least, right? So it's your mentality. It's the media is having the right people in your ear. And 3, you got to have the right motives. You got to have the right motives. Most people who went to California to find gold, listen, they wanted to get rich for themselves. And there's nothing wrong with you being rich for you, right? But listen, there are people depending on you to make it. You have to go at it with not just you in mind. But no, that's why I told you earlier, you got to look at your child that's sleeping on the couch. Listen, you got to look at your spouse, your grandmother, right? Your business, right? Your employees, they're counting on you to do it. So you got to go not just for you, but you got to go for them. You got to push not just for you. You got to push for them. You got to drown out the negativity, not just for you, But for them, listen, it's not just about you, but it's about all of us. It's about all of them. So you have to have the right motives. This can't be just about you, but it's got to be bigger than you. And listen, I know something about you. I know you're not a quitter. I know you a go-getter. Listen, don't settle. I'll see you on the side of the California Gold Rush. Let's go get it.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
That it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.
it's my